How's the audio coming through today? I missed the point where I was talking. You guys hear me fine? I missed the point where I was talking. Okay, it sounds good. How's everyone doing today? Arthur, Voyager, Martin, how y'all doing? Martin, I got your mail, man. Thank you. I have had the game open now for the past 2 hours, and my character basically hasn't moved past this point. I've just been basically just like AFKing since I started the game up a couple hours ago. Oh, I forgot my webcam. I nicked myself with the shaver when I was shaving right before the stream, so. Ban the AFK botter? Terrible. Picard, how you doing? Martin, man, thank you again. So there's going to be a P6 coupon given away in Discord here in the very near future, courtesy of Martin. Starbase 1 check? Oh yeah, we can do that. Let's start off. Let's see how many instances of infected there are. Wow, there's a lot of infecteds going on right now. The highest number is 8. And what I've learned too is that just the highest number does not necessarily mean that there's that many instances active at that one time. It's just, or like when you look, it's that when the instance was created, there were that many instances running already. So, like if I went into an infected right now, I might get dumped into instance 1, 2, 6, or 7, if they don't currently exist. But the 8 is there because there were 8 instances active at that one point. And for Starbase 1, that means that at one point there was 24 instances active. So some of my conclusions are wrong. Yeah, I don't have. Remember, I showed this one in the video the other day, and it's still there. But to be fair, on Cryptic's part, something that I realized that I screwed up in that report. Let me bring that up. Let me go to the ARC page here. I think I used Microsoft Edge. ARC. I realized why that account may not have been banned. So let me sign into ARC. Of course, hold on. Let me turn off my display capture. Don't want to open my email on stream. Stargate, how's it going? Just bear with me a minute. I gotta do one of these stupid ARC codes. Port. Yeah, I remember you have to go to like the new Play Star Trek Online one to actually access the support. Let me see if I can find this. My tickets. By the way, solved. But the reason that account I think was not banned, if I can let me zoom in here. So this was in the initial report that I actually sent to Cryptic. If you'll notice what happened, I missed the second K. So I think that's why that account is still publicly visible in there, because I missed the second K when I did the report. Oh, my display captures off. Okay, so Captain Kirk 4581 was in the initial report, and then you can see that account's in game, but I forgot the second K that they have at the end of Kirk. So But what I was saying when I was not showing this on the stream is I did a report and they've got it marked as solved. But my favorite thing is I sent in this really large list of the accounts that I saw in there. And my favorite thing is that they responded saying, "We thank you for your extremely valuable feedback. We have taken action against those fraudulent accounts at the best of our ability. Listing down all those bots is tedious work, and for future reports of that kind, please just list 4 or 5 accounts to reduce the effort on your side. We can retrace the source of the fraud as long as we can identify in 100% that 1 or 2 of those accounts are fraudulent." So, I sent them this really long list, and even though I forgot the second K there, clearly, what they said is complete BS. Jimmy, how's it going? Darth? Chell, how's it going, man? That Thaleron right up. Did you see the I found the Thaleron VOD of the one attempt or one of the attempts that I did a while back? I know I've got pings coming in. Apparently the giveaway for the Steel Series stuff is not working anymore, so let me get that removed on the builds Discord. Catch up on chat here. I know we've had a few messages since I last looked. Wizard Girly, how you doing? Rain? Yeah, and the thing is too with the Dilex, it's actually been going down, and that's a different trend from what we normally would see, because normally the Dilex outside of the, or especially during a sale like we have going on right now, should be going up, but it's going down. And the only difference between now and a month ago is that at least some of the bots have actually been banned. But Cryptic has not done a thorough job, and they still have not resolved the core issue with Starbase 1. Yeah, Cheops, exactly. Like, they, I gave them that very extensive list, and then they came back saying that they only actually need 4 to 5 accounts to be able to go through and identify them all. And clearly, like, even though I had a typo on that one, there has still been instances active since that report. I was keeping an eye on Starbase 1 for a long time after that initial report. In fact, let me pop that up over here. Starbase 1. So these are like before I did the video. So I still kept an eye on Starbase 1 after that report, and like there were still clearly loads and loads going in, but the difference was that after that set of bans, they started to team up, and you would have like a full instance of 5 instead of just them soloing it. Yeah, still is progress, yeah. And yeah, Chell, I completely agree. They are not going to go out and take action on the hidden accounts, in my opinion. This thing stopped bleeding yet? Yeah, exactly. And I'm aware of how some of the bot operations out there work. And they're going to have multiple multiple devices. Some cases they'll have VMs active. So they'll have multiple devices, each running like VMs, and then each of those VMs can just be connected to a different VPN location. Like, support's not going to track down all of those accounts because on Cryptic's end, a lot of them are, going to be completely different IPs, different hardware IDs, everything like that. And yeah, I don't expect them to fully resolve the bot issue. The simple fact at the end of the day is that every online game, especially every MMO, has bot issues. And the simple reality with Cryptic is they're never going to put in the development time. They're not going to assign people to actually resolve the issues. They're probably going to go through and fix Starbase 1 based on the public feedback, but that's probably the extent of what they're going to do. I have very low expectations of Cryptic as a company. And I have dealt with them on exploits and all that in the past. I know that they are terrible, absolutely terrible at responding to things. So here's a fun one for you guys. A couple years back, they made some changes to how like inventory was handled, and there was an exploit that I found within 15 minutes of the server coming up in which you could force it so that the only time Infinity lockboxes would open was when you would get an item that would stack in your inventory. So if you had a T6 ship box in your inventory and you didn't have any other Infinity items that could stack, it was only going to actually open and consume the master key when you got an item that would stack, in that case, a ship. So I immediately reported that, and I didn't go through official channels. At the time, Jet was still working there, and I immediately was like, yo, you guys got to fix this right now. And Cryptic didn't. They waited a week. They're very slow to respond to issues. Waldo has a gun. Hoodwinked, I think the reason they haven't disabled it is the metrics part, right? Like, I imagine on their end that over half of the TFO activity that has happened in the game in the last year is Starbase 1, and they're not going to go through and disable the most popular TFO in the game. I think is what they're going for right now. Did they roll back people who grabbed lots of ships? I don't know. I imagine there were some people that got banned. Cheops. I did not take advantage of it once I found the issue. I immediately reported it, like you should, to the developers, and other people did figure it out in that time. In the week that it was out, and that's on Cryptic. I told them about it within 15 minutes of that patch going live, and they did not take care of it. Yeah. Yeah, but the Starbase 1 stuff now, so what I did not include in the video is the fact that I messaged Kale privately at the beginning of December with this information. I sent him an email on December 8th, I think, and then there's no response. So a week later, I sent it to support, and the support actually seemed to go through and take care of quite a few of the accounts that I reported, but not all of them, especially given the fact, like I just showed you, one of them that I tried to show, well, it's still in there right now. It's just that I forgot the second K in the report. They should put a fail condition on Starbase 1 Elite. It's just like if they do nothing, if they seriously just take no action on Starbase 1, then I think that shows to me that the bots have impacted their metrics so much that they're scared of messing with that queue. So did I get banned? No, I have My my account has never been banned in STO. I abide by the terms of service of this game. And yeah, there have been other exploits in the past, and I don't know, that could be a fun video, like going over the exploits that I've encountered over the years or that I've been aware of, and how Cryptic dealt with them. But I think on Cryptic's end, they probably are really quite worried about the possibility of nuking the most popular TFO that exists in the game right now. I think the statement you're looking for, Card C, is that I would never violate the Star Trek Online terms of service on my primary account. Ozo, thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you here. Okay, I got some endeavors to do. Most of these I don't really want to do, so I'm just going to re-roll them. So let me... Martin, to them, they may think that it's more valuable. Damo, you're fine. I have had so many comments. I know that some of you have posted stuff on Discord. Sid, I know you posted a lot of stuff yesterday in my Discord, and I just haven't responded to it yet, just because there's been so many messages. I don't have any dill? No, terrible. So I don't remember if I said this, but do y'all remember how I was working on a series a while back going over like or going from 0 EC to about 1 billion EC was what I was going to try to do. That series actually panned out. It's just I have the like phrasing it and like getting it together as a video. I just don't think is going to work because the method that I used is so incredibly niche that it worked for me, but if someone tried to copy the exact method that I used, it would fail. Stowe builds is a ghost town. Yeah, the subreddits have not been very active. And Stowe builds, the subreddit has. I think that there was a lot of lost engagement when they shut down a couple years back. You know, trying to like protest to get Cryptic's attention. I don't know how that impacted them long term, to be honest. Whole healing space, destroy Terran ships, Vodwar ground. Yeah, Cheops, I agree. All short term. MCP, what do I think the chances are that Cryptic would prevent the player search from showing anyone in private TFO instances? I could see them doing that. I think that the management we currently have in place for the game is not the most competent out of what we've had over the years. And with the direction that they've been taking things, where it feels like the game is heading towards its own version of like a maintenance mode, like I could see them just going that way, taking the lazy route out. Bridger, how's it going? The courier escort is the courier escort has been cheap. I actually picked one up for about 300 million a couple weeks back. I just haven't done anything with it. Beta. With almost any build, beta is the best attack pattern. Yeah, unless you're using a trait that works alongside Omega, beta is basically the only attack pattern that you should ever use. Beta just is so much better than Delta and Omega by itself. Omega, like I said, can be good if you're using it with some of the traits out there that interact with it, like Deadly Appearances, um, Assault Formation Theta. Like if you have a build that incorporates those traits, then Omega does have a place. But at the same time, you can also alternate between Beta and Omega on your build if you want. But for general use cases, for the majority of people, attack pattern Beta is the only attack pattern that should be on your bridge officers. Yeah, Delta can be good in those niche scenarios, but that is not the most common. Chell, I know you'll like this. You ready? When we were, or when I was commenting on your Stow builds subreddit post yesterday, I was like, oh, let's see. So someone had linked to a video of a Thaleron build, and I just wanted to see how far off it was, and yeah. Quite a lot of conditions, yeah. Fine tips. Thanks for watching. Glad you're enjoying them. White Critter, how you doing? Omega lies to you because you think it's better. Yeah. Beta, the debuff that you get from Beta is hugely impactful. Chell, how disappointed were you when you watched that Thaleron run? Like, because I missed hitting so many buffs. Um, no, that was the character I need to be on. Oh no. Rob, how's it going, man? Just free, how you going? Has there been any more comments on that thread, Chell? There's one new comment. Let's see what it is. I tried to be creative with my comment, Chell. Do you like the highlighted portions? You could phrase them into their own sentences. Yeah, I think that may have been the run that I showed you a while back. Because there were two good runs that were both like capable of being like top of the table. Okay, I'm gonna swap over to the Burjai from last week. The Thaleron stuff, I know some people are probably interested in the Thaleron stuff, but a big thing to keep in mind with it is that if you are not doing extremely high-end runs with like very, very high-end DPS players, setting up a Thaleron build is literally the most pointless thing you could possibly do in this game. Because like for an infected with Thaleron, you know, you need a 2 mil DPS Torp player to go in and clear most of the map, and you need really good supports and a really good tank for that type of environment with very specific gear. So unless you are in that type of environment and have a team that can do that type of stuff, then setting up Thaleron is going to net you very, very little. Oh, I'm doing good, Rob. I nicked myself while shaving right before the stream. Always a good sign. I'd love to leave my gem characters in that withdrawal state. Yeah, exactly. The Thaleron stuff. In fact, let me play that run. I think I've already shown this on stream before. I'm gonna do this, no audio. So Thaleron runs, like they definitely got hyped up a bit, especially, you know, Augie did a video on it. But like I commented in the thread, Augmented's build for Thaleron that he showed off is highly inaccurate. Augmented was not that involved with the higher end DPS groups because he wasn't willing to do the things required to participate with them. So his knowledge on the topic and the build was very limited, and the build he came or that he put together and presented on that video is highly inaccurate and not representative of the types of builds that were actually being used. Oh, birth, terrible Bridger. Sounds like that's very immersive, though. Let me full screen this. So, at the start of the run, I barely engaged with the attack cube. I basically just got a little bit of damage off, and then I positioned above the gateway, and then the rest of the team does most of the work. This is why I'm saying to people that Thaleron is extremely niche, and it's not something that everyone needs to build for, because while it may top the tables, like, unless you have a team that can clear the map super quickly and is capable of getting everything grouped up and debuffed for you, it doesn't matter. Like, unless you're in a run like this, Thaleron's just going to be a fun gimmick. It's not actually going to get you a record. Because you see here, the team has cleared the rest of the map. They're grouping up everything in front of me. The entire point of the build is to literally just boost the Thaleron pulse. But like, had this run completed, had there not been those loose spheres right there, this would have been top of the ISC table. Yeah, you need an extremely capable team. So basically, I got my little tick of damage at the start, and then I sit there buffing up above the gateway, and then I hit Thaleron pulse. That's all I do. So from a competitive standpoint, it's not really an individual skill. With this type of record, it's the entire team, like Chell was saying. If you need the entire team to be on the ball and all in extremely capable builds for their specific roles. If you don't have that, Thaleron is not doing anything for you. Dan, glad to help. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Terran battle zone. I'm gonna kill 10 ships, and then... What? Why is it doing this so much lately? This map requires a shuttle. So does it want me to take a shuttle into the map now? Like, I don't get why it's doing this to me lately. Like, you guys see this, right? I'm trying to enter the Terran battle zone. Now it goes. So Waldo, you're basically sitting above the gateway, and aiming down a little bit so that the gateway, all of the spheres that will be grouped up in front of you, and the tac cube will all be hit by your Thaleron pulse. The Thaleron pulse will basically like two-shot the gate. Is there another Badlands instance? Number 2. Stowe being buggy? How weird, isn't it? I know. Yeah, but I was trying to get into the Terran battle zone. I wasn't trying to get into TFO. We don't use a Gravwell for the most part. What we use is the Graviton. Oh no. What did I hit? Oh no. Did not mean for that to go on my spam bar there. Optimized, yeah. Yeah, the Thaleron stuff is really just like the end game point for the Deeps community, to be honest. Like, we're at a point where like we only have the couple of maps that we're competing on, and over the past 3 years especially, people have figured out extremely well how to optimize and just tear apart those maps. Yeah, the console off the Shran, the Graviton in place, or Graviton Displacer, is it? Alan, how's it going? I think it's Graviton Displacer. Got it right here, let me see. Yeah, Graviton Displacer off the Shran. So, some of you have already seen this on the Discord, but there is going to be a third part to the economy series that I've been doing. I had a gold seller reach out to me, and we've had a very, very good discussion. They've proven to me that they are who they say they are. And I sent them a series of questions. They've responded, and I'm gonna use those in an upcoming video. I think it's a very interesting discussion, you know, and I think one of the things people are going to be surprised by the most in that conversation is the fact that some of the gold sellers in the community, you know, are just normal players like you or I.
Your efforts are futile.
So I think it's a very interesting discussion. They've got some really interesting answers, and I look forward to presenting that. No, it's just a side job. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame. You know, I don't blame, you know, all the gold sellers for all the issues we have. I think a lot of the issues are on Cryptic's end. Like, ultimately, Cryptic is the one who has created this environment, and I think I probably sounded a little negative towards gold sellers in some of the content pieces I've done recently, but realistically, at the end of the day, they they provide a valuable service for the game. And that is something that I'm gonna bring up in the third video of the cryptic. Cryptic basically has created an environment where there has to be gold sellers, and that's probably why they don't really go out and do anything about most of them. And I don't think they should. To be fair, I think with how Cryptic has monetized the game, I think that they're needed. I'm not necessarily recommending that people go out and partake in them, but uh, clearly Cryptic has missed the ball on monetizing the game properly, and because of that, they have to exist, or this game isn't going to be accessible to people. Okay, so nothing is sold on this character, but I need to go through and look for some duty officers here. Specifically, I want to find, or just go through, double check, see if I have a 22 of 47. Yeah. Indeed, it's very much a gray area. Keep in mind the metrics comment, like I said in the video, was not referencing the bot stuff. I think the first two times I showed that clip in the video, I mentioned what it was referencing, but it was referencing what Trekkie STO just said. Someone asked if there was going to be an event campaign 5, and Kale said, of course, and then he gave that metrics response. Like, that metrics response was in response to someone asking about if there was going to be an event campaign. Um, or another event campaign this year. So I mentioned that and included that in the video, and I think some people did miss that he was not referencing bots, that he was referencing, in fact, something else. Starbase 1 number 47. Is there that many active right now? I'm gonna go check. I'm trying to find some of my Borg DOFs for some people because there's quite a bit of demand on the ADF side for DOFs right now. Yeah, no problem. I think I probably should have added some additional clarification for that in the video, because there's been a few that did not get that interpretation. Let's see. Becky, I'm doing good. Outside of Nick and myself right before the stream. But all of this has given me great inspiration for what I think my April's Fool video is going to be this year. I think it should be
Congratulations on
a very interesting April Fool's, is all I'll say. And I'm curious to see how many people are going to report me this year or get upset with me. That last April Fool's video, wow, did that upset people. I think I have it set to members only now because the people just were getting so upset about it. Last year, I showed how to get infinite resources, and I showed me opening Phoenix boxes on Tribble. Yeah, some people took it serious and were going on about how they trusted me and how they went in game and spent resources because of the video. And it's just like, I thought it was quite clearly a satire. Like I thought, I thought I was being funny in it. Like my attitude, my voice should have given it away, but some people just didn't get it. They took it serious. They jumped into the game to try and do what I was doing, and then they got upset with me. Terrible, Rob. That was an actual set of responses too, what Rob's putting in there. That was brutal. Oh, it doesn't bother me. I'm not always gonna get along with everyone, so it is what it is. I need to go through my characters that are starting with the number, or that are in the 20s, because some of them have Borgdoffs, and I need to find a 22 of 47. You know who really stands by me? Webbs. Where is Webbs? I'm really concerned. I usually like turn my character around and Webbs is right there waiting. Very, very scary. This character has a lot of DOF slots available on it.
Those ship
Yeah,
halo emitters
that's
are
pretty much how I
pretty
felt,
snazzy.
Kithia. I've got lots of VC. A really good time for me. Oh yeah, I was gonna check Starbase 1. What's the highest instance number right now? Oh, so this search window is just absolutely terrible. 38. It's going up. Warp Core. That's why I have all the characters. It's a gamble every time I log into to one of these characters. It's a gamble too to see if something's sold that I completely forgot that I had posted. Starbase 1's the place to be. Indeed. I wonder how many legitimate players have been going through and abusing that since that video. Knowing Cryptic, they're probably seeing the uptick in the accounts doing Starbase 1, and it's making them go like, yeah, we're not doing anything about this. I think a lot of people have, to be honest. Oh, here's finally some Borgdoffs. And it's none of the ones that I'm looking for. Terrible. Yeah, Warp Core indeed. I'm looking for a 22 of 47 to sell someone on the KDF side. But on the topic of like Admiralty bot farms, how difficult do you guys think it is to even set up like an Admiralty bot farm? Like if you think about it, and I already saw someone did this, so I'm not gonna mention their video, but like you just think about it. You set the filter up, you have a bunch of tier 6 ships, you can just go through and have quite a bit of success just by having it go through on one of the better campaigns like Ferengi and having it slot, 1 to 3 ships. Like, everything I'm doing here, I could easily automate if I wanted to. Not that I would, and not that I'm encouraging any of you to do so. Automating this is terrible and against the game's terms of service. Nobody should ever do that. But, like, enlighten me how that couldn't be botted right there. All I've done is selected the ships from the top of the list. And, like, once I set the filter to only show tier 6, like, that's easily bottable in my opinion. Yeah, because if they made Admiralty autofill the ships, it would be brutal. Thank you, Bridget. I don't. So it's not for me. It's for someone that's just looking for some of the DOFs. They were looking to buy one off of me, so I'm gonna just go through a couple characters and see if I have it. $20 and $26. Close, but not quite what I need. Yeah, I mean, the fact is, there's some keyboards out there. Some of the fancier keyboards are going to have software where that would be very simple to set up an auto clicker to go through and do. Extremely trivial to do. Should make an Admiralty ship video on how to get easy ships. Maybe. Admiralty isn't something that I generally engage with that much, so I guess I'm missing out quite a bit, aren't I? Picked up the Mud's Vern bundle. That is such a good bundle. It's not for everyone, for sure, but I know there was some disagreement with me ranking it where I did. And in general, I think I had a little bit of personal bias, in that Mud's Bundle tier list video. And I think that was certainly called out, but I feel pretty solid with the conclusions that I came to. Like, all of the bundles that I recommended, like, sure, maybe not all of the options that I ranked really high are best for deeps, but those are good bundles. Like the carrier bundle, the carried away, that's an amazing bundle. Those ships are all super fun. I think, especially like with the bundle like that while meta-wise it may not make sense for it to be ranked high, when it comes to the actual fun and engagement you're going to have with the ships, it's a great bundle. Yeah, so Cheops, the other thing is too, is, an Admiralty bot farm, it takes them 2-3 minutes per character, and then they can basically just go through and do the next character or go to that character again 4 hours later. And even if the mission's failed, like, just they're gonna brute force their way through it. Like, you see what the steps were there that I took to slot those assignments. That is stupidly easy. We will have a new Muds bundle in March. And I'll be going over the scheduling for ship releases. Whenever I get around to doing that video on the STO plans for 2023. I got a bit sidetracked with the other content I've been doing recently, but that video is still going to happen. But as most of you can probably understand, like, focusing on the economic stuff has definitely taken priority. And for me, I had a pretty big setback in another game that I play, O Game, the other day, so that took a bit of my attention for the past 2 or so days as I was arguing with the some of the staff and other players over there about some things. What have I done to this character that it has like no room in its inventory? Yeah, I'm curious too. Lockbox wise, I'll be making a prediction here in the next week. I think it's I'm not going to specify the exact ship, but I'm expecting it to be Picard or TNG themed. Because they're going to want to capitalize with the, the final season of Picard, right? So doing anything other than that would be just questionable on their part. I have 7 assimilated weapon packs. Let me go rip those open. Yeah. It's not the Titan A. The Titan A will be a promo ship. Nah, the Kithia, they'll... I don't want to give any ammunition against me, given that I have had people report me in the past for some of the things I've talked about on videos. People have literally reported me to directly through like the ARC page. So while I have the answer, I think it's best for me to just not talk about that more than I have.
Sorella, Lady of the House of Martok, has requested heed the call of the...
You guys see the changes to the YouTube policy stuff? Where if you like swear in a video at all, like YouTube does not like that anymore. Any excessive swearing or swearing very early on in the video, it's now very highly frowned upon. I don't know, but if they take action on me and if they were to ban me for that video, that'd be some good content. And I don't think that would bode very well for them if I ever decide to do like a long-term player review of the game. Because if they banned me, I'd probably start to be a bit more aggressive and give people a bit of a warning about what they're getting into when it comes to monetization in this game. Especially, I think the breakdown of what like a high-end build cost, that's a video I'm already planning to do, and that one's gonna be quite rough for the game, in my opinion. Yeah, I've already sworn in this stream, I know, but it's excessive swearing that's really bad, and swearing in the first couple seconds of the video or stream is very bad. I mean, I try to be positive because, and I know that sounds weird because, in my honest opinion, I think that the current management at Cryptic is severely incompetent, and I don't understand how some people are still allowed to get away with what they're doing, but that's not my
Congratulations, General.
not I'm not the one making decisions there. I just feel like there are some people there that do not care about the game, and then there are some very passionate people within the game that hold it up very well, like Thomas and the art team. They do such an amazing job, but it's all just overwhelmed by the poor management this game has. Yeah. Pretty much. So what happens is they'll go through and demonetize the video basically. And with the new YouTube terms of service that they've put out that they made us sign the other day, if you get a strike on a video and it gets demonetized, they'll then take that money away from you from future content. So now, like, if a video gets demonetized or copyright struck later on, they'll do like a chargeback. Eventually, Dark Ghost, eventually. And especially if they ever want to do a Miracle Worker Muds bundle, I think that would be a great option for that bundle. I mean, Goss was fairly critical of the game too, and he was doing fairly well. So, I don't want to like be super negative, but I think the game does need a little bit more criticism than I've probably displayed so far. I don't know. I mean, I think that like the monetization needs to also. I mean, we all know the monetization in this game absolutely blows, and I will be talking about that in the video with the interview with Gold Seller. Yeah, Goss is done. To be honest with you guys, most of the STO content creators are fairly burnt out. I mean, you know, with us trying to keep really engaged with the game to make content, like we push ourselves to keep playing sometimes even when we are really burnt out. So, I mean, even you look at Triz is doing, quite a few other games on streams now, and Triz is like one of the most dedicated players out there. Yeah. Goss still has his YouTube channel, but I don't think he's going to really use it that much. I don't think I have one of those stuffs. Spend Spot is online. Yeah. Ryder, thank you for watching that video yesterday. I saw your comment that you didn't know what the hell I was saying, but I appreciate the view. Yeah, I want to try to cover the O game stuff a bit more throughout this year. But it's not like they don't have their own issues with their management and monetization now. Yeah, Counter YOLO, his breakdowns and comparisons were solid. I don't necessarily agree with everything he did, but You know, every content creator has their own opinions on things. I've thought about doing some worship stuff a bit more, and maybe like trying some worships videos on the channel. I tried to sign up for their affiliate program but got denied. O-Game is a browser-based game in which you build up planets, and it's a PvP. Basically, it's a PvP game. It's an online strategy PvP game. You build up planets, you protect your resources, you protect your fleet, you use your fleet to go attack other players, stuff like that. Chris? No. I remember looking, I was in chat with McStud and um Nick and I think Triz a couple weeks back, and we were looking at the new section on Steam, and it was just filled with hentai games, and we were like, oh no. What does Steam fall into? I have Elite Dangerous, I just have never really played it. Some WoW vids, yeah, and I like submarines, so you know, I've got some nice submarine games that I could post up on the channel potentially. McStud is salty towards the state of STO. Yeah. McStud is definitely as burnt out as many of the rest of us. Like, McStud was doing deeps runs for quite a bit of the last year and a half alongside myself and a few others, and you know, we've played the content a ton. You know, it just trying to force ourselves to do some of the stuff that people may want, especially like build videos. Build videos suck. But just not a ton of motivation to do that stuff. And I know for McStud, he's been branching out into the Star Citizen. Trekkie, thanks for stopping by. Variety is where it's at. Ryder, I like the submarines though. I've got the Belau and the U-2501. McStud does do warships, World of Tanks, but I think the main thing he wants to branch out into is Star Citizen. I think that's what he's enjoying the most right now. One new ground TFO should totally redeem them. Yeah. Yeah. HRS. And then there's also the entire DPS scene's basically falling apart at this point. Like, I don't think there's really that many runs going on anymore. I don't think Weewo's even, like, doing that many runs right now. Don't see a ton of Siberian there. What miracle worker abilities? If you're looking to do like a heavy tank for infected elite, I would consider swapping over to a ship with a commander command. Suppression barrage is insanely potent. The issue with O-Game right now, and this is something I'm going to talk about in a future video, is that there is very much a pay-to-win aspect of the game right now, because they introduced a way to just directly buy resources, and what happens is new universes will pop up every month, and you'll have one person that goes in and whales out, and there's a like a meta to how to build up and to take advantage of that, and people are heavily abusing it. There should be a free T6 coupon, I think, with the giveaways in the next week or two. Axel, how you doing? Okay, I need to do this this mission that we currently have available. I know I should probably do a news video on it, but I think we're gonna play our own character. If they make us do the Inquisitor, then like no one's ever gonna play the TFO. As is, to be honest, it's already quite likely that very few will do the TFO long term. I mean, look at how many people are doing that V'ger one. Like barely anyone. Do I have a 22 on this character? Nope. You could do a tank and a trailblazer. It may not be like the most min-max effective, but I mean that's got suppression barrage. I think Sarcasm Detector, if you go look up his channel, I think he did some tanking with the Janeway, and the Trailblazer is just another Janeway basically. No, there's no problem here. No problem at all. Wow, these names. I wonder what these names indicate. DAW for 9 on one account, DAW for 4 on another. I wonder what that means. Like outside of the instance numbers, I wonder what this could indicate if two different accounts have basically the exact same naming philosophy. In fact, let's take a look here. Okay, those are the only two visible right now. Okay, so right now, because yesterday was Friday the 13th, the Hearts and Minds mission is currently available in the game. This is going to be running for like the next couple of days, and it only ever pops up 1 to 2 times a year on any Friday the 13th or at Halloween. So if you want to get the rewards from it, then you need to run it during this event, which does not have an end timer listed in the game. Smells like multi-boxing? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I gotta pick the mission up, don't I? Available. It has been so long since I've done this mission. Here we go.
Several years ago, a reclusive Vulcan scientist and
Yeah. The rewards are DOF, I think like a Lerpa or something, and then an emote. So this is a really old mission. You can go through and pick it up and run it for this weekend, basically.
Hazard detected. Initiating quarantine protocols. Warning. Hazard control damaged. Releasing Eurocene gas.
Remember this crap. Oh, it's got to be in a specific order, isn't it? Blue, green, and white. So blue, green, white. Okay. I've been going through and doing some single player ones. I've been playing Days Gone quite a bit recently, but the way I play single player games wouldn't be enjoyable for a streaming environment. When I'm going through and playing single player games, I prefer to play with a trainer. I largely just focus on the story. I don't want to deal with mechanics like maintaining fuel in my vehicle or whatever, like in Days Gone. So I will use a trainer. I'll give myself infinite HP, ammo, whatever. I want to get through the storyline, and I don't necessarily want to have to think about or spend time dealing with those types of mechanics. And I know that's not for everyone. Not most people want to experience the game the way that the devs designed it, but I like to just go through it and do the storyline. It's the wrong door. I was not paying attention to what that said. I gotta hit this console behind me.
Medical log. Start medical log.
I'm not gonna spend time like looking through all the text here because all of you should go through and play this mission while it's available. It's a quick little mission. You may as well try it while it's here. And the next room has got the next set of enemies.
Research on the bodies has been promising.
Yeah, I used to use Mr. Antifun all the time. Now I just use Wiimod. I'm not too happy about having that software installed on my computer, but it does simplify things, to be honest. Clones, a room full of clones.
Your presence here introduces an unknown variable into my research.
They're gone. They're gone. And that's the mission. So very quick to do, and the rewards are
It seems that the Vulcans are just
a Vulcan
as simple
Lurpa,
to match
the
as
zombie dance
anyone.
emote, and a special duty officer. That special duty officer is a clone of the dude you just killed, Dr. Cyback. Cheops. I look at some of the discussions on Reddit, and whenever I see them talk, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be terrible. So this duty officer that doesn't do anything, but it's a free doff, right? And then a Lurpa, which just isn't really that special. And then an emote, which I guess I'll go to my bridge to see how that appears. So the emote is the zombie dance. So that'd be dance and zombie, right? Yeah, so yeah, the thriller dance, yeah. So if you want your character to have that emote, then you need to go through and play this mission on each of the characters you want the emote on. Let's see. Ubisoft, I've heard about that too, but I don't know. Ubisoft, a lot of their games, like they've had some cool games over the years. I think The Division, was an amazing game. It just needed to be single player and not online. Same for The Division 2. I've played through all of the Division 1 content, but I haven't played through Division 2 because, I was saying before, I like to just, when it comes to story-based stuff like that, I want to absorb the story. I don't want to have to deal with the, needing to grind for some other stuff like that. Rip Bullet King. Hearts and Minds. You can pick it up in the available tab. And on the KDF side, K-Men is who you can pick it up from. You can basically run it once per character. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with the Division, but yeah. I think that is all of my Stow dailies done. I know my red alert would be available in 39 minutes, but yeah, I think Division 2 still gets some attention, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple matches in Warships, just to get some of my dailies done over there, and just diversify things a little bit. I might head back to Stowe in a little bit, but just get a couple matches done in Warships. And see if this lags at all. No, I mean I think more for my stream. Some of the last times when I tried streaming Warships, some of the settings on OBS were messed up. Okay, so naval battles. What's the ship I go back to in WoW? Ooh. How many more can I do? I can do 2 more. The Des Moines. Absolutely the Des Moines. I think the Des Moines and the Yamato have my highest playtime so far. I really like the Des Moines. So let's bring that out. And let's watch me just get slammed right away or something. I'm gonna put a detonation flag on just because I'm streaming, and that would be my luck. Yeah, the Iowa's great. I think I still have the Iowa, but the Montana is just such a good ship. I almost exclusively play tier 10 nowadays. Move my chat over. The Des Moines is a cruiser. My issue in this game is I generally play too aggressive. Let me know if the game sound ends up being too quiet, too loud, or anything like that.
Action stations.
Good luck, everyone.
Because I have the game sound turned down a little bit. Subs, yeah, subs are quite interesting. I like submarines, but I can increase the game audio if needed. I have it at negative 10 decibels right now just to make sure my voice is louder than the game. Yeah, I can do a sub match after this. These water visuals, I don't remember if I have any mods on for water visuals, but this game supports quite a few different mods, so you can really change up how things look.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Arm this Patrie a little bit.
Enemy battleship sighted.
This Sherman is apparently just wanting to die. And then my shots all completely miss it.
Torpedoes, direct front.
What is he doing? Okay then.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer. Off to a great start.
That was interesting. I'm not going to push up through this because if I push up further, then those battleships will just nail me. That was a very bad DD. I don't feel like giving a broadside directly to a Patrie and Kremlin, so I am going to back up. And I think I'll play the other side, the right side of this A island, given how they're positioning. And given the fact that the destroyer in the middle of the map just decided to leave the game also. Bunch of interesting choices for sure. I'm going to turn and go to the right side of this island just to try and give me a little bit more cover, though by the time I turn there, it looks like they're all backing up and they're going to have the same visibility from me on either side. Have I tried War Thunder? I think I did way back, but McStud got me into warships last year, and I've been hooked. I probably have more playtime in warships in the last year than Stowe. Oh, it's too low or too high? Perfect. Do I kill him with these? Nope. Someone else gonna get that kill.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Yeah, someone else got it.
Our team has taken the lead.
See if I can get a fire on this battery. This is 12v12 right now, but it can go smaller depending on the mode and how many people are on the server at the time. Patience is the best tactic, yeah. You know, just spending the time to get yourself into a good position is always beneficial in this game. So I've got a fire midship on the Patrie. Another fire aft. He's picking up speed again. Those shots are gonna miss. I'm gonna move up and farm the Kremlin a little bit. It's Kremlin. No, Kremlin started moving forward. There are some upgrades you can do to the ships, but a lot of the customization comes from like how you build out your captain, to be honest. Kremlin just had Kuznetsov go off, so he's not going to be able to catch fire for a couple more shots. Fire on him. This Kremlin's dead. Back to the Patrie. I'm too far away. Oh, the Kremlin DCP'd. Yeah, the Kremlin's dead. Yeah. My team pretty much just wiped this side of the map. Unfortunately, the Patrie is outside of my range. As you can see, that line right above my head, that outer line there, that is what my main battery firing range is. I'm still not quite close enough to get the shot on this guy with the lead time that I need. Let's see if that goes. Turning. Yeah, I'm too far away still. I don't know how much more damage I'm going to get out on this one. They're going to the other side of the map here, basically. I'll pop over to a sub after this and see what I can do. Yeah, that Patrie's dead. Yeah, that guy's dead as I try to even target him. This is over. Like, this is done in about 30 seconds. None of my shots were able to land there. That was just brutal for the other team. That destroyer just yeeted right into the other side. It was really rough for them. So let me swap over to a submarine here. Yeah. Let's go with the below. Submarines get like a higher multiplier on their battle effectiveness score. Just the XP they get basically. Um to encourage people to play submarines, they've really got it so that if you get like spotting damage, it really scales out. Ryback, thank you for the €5. Have a great evening, everybody. Until next time. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by today too, and the support with the economic videos. That's been crazy. I think I'll probably go for at least another half hour on the stream. I should be able, after like 1 to 2 games here in Warships, I should be able to go back into Stowe and do my my last daily over there. Yeah, you get XP for your captain, and then as you, let me back out here and show you. So on this ship, I have Optimus Prime. They've done some partnerships in the past, and I got that one free. But as you level up your captain, you can unlock more and more skills, and then it caps out at 21 points. So the first row here costs one per slot. Second row is 2, third row 3, fourth row is 4 per. So it's figuring out the correct, or like a combo that works for you. You know, there's quite a few ways to diversify things. And then there's also the ability to like go in and grab different modules for your ships and things like that. So there are a few different ways that you can build out some ships. There's definitely like metas for your different ships, but can you play with ships from different generations? This is World War II and before. There's not really anything more, like maybe a couple years post World War II would be the newest ships that you would see in here. But generally all of the ships are World War II or before. Yeah. So this is the Tier 10 American submarine. This one cannot stay underwater as long as the German one. But I prefer the below because it has torpedoes fore and aft, whereas the...
Today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Yeah, if you've got one of the special commanders, they have unique voice lines. But the German U-boats, some of them do have aft torpedoes, but then once you get up to the Tier 10, it's just 6 forward torpedoes. But overall they recharge faster than the American one here. The Final Countdown. I remember that movie. The aircraft carrier that goes back like Pearl Harbor. So either, yeah, they have quite a few different captains and all of that you can get over time that have like unique voice lines and stuff like that. Someone put someone's not happy with me being in a submarine. 4-4 command T6 U-boat when? Not soon enough. I mean, this technically, if I get all the forward and aft torpedoes off on a target, that would be 10 torpedoes. So at periscope depth here, I cannot be spotted by radar. But if I'm too close to someone, I could still be spotted by hydro. But in this mode, I can still spot enemies that are quite far away. And if I need to go lower, I can actually dive deeper. I can go quite a bit underwater. There's no mines, but there are depth charges. I'm gonna go for... I think I'm gonna go for the Kremlin.
Torpedoes to starboard. Thank you. All of you. You honor us with your bravery.
DM has hydro active right next to me to my left, so I need to stay a little bit far away from him. There are, I think, Warhammer captains that have existed in this game before. That DM got too close to me. Crap. They're gonna hunt me down now.
Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly.
I need to run, is what I need to do. I need to get as far north as possible. I got too close to that DM, so he spotted me, and I am almost dead. I'm dead. Do my torpedoes hit? So that's one of the things with subs. If you get spotted, especially early on, like... That Des Moines ended up being too close to me, but let's see if my torps at least land.
Thank you. All of you. You honor us with your bravery.
Yeah, 30k damage at least, but that could have been obviously much, much better had I not been spotted. I thought I was far enough away from the DM. Apparently not. Let's try that again. But this time with the U-boat, which can remain underwater much longer. Yeah, that was brutal. They spotted me, and I was done. I was done. Like, that got brutal real fast. Yeah, as soon as you spot a submarine, you want to kill it. And it was my mistake to get that close to the DM. I also need more coffee, apparently. Almost out. Can't have that. Yeah, but if you can get past their lines, it can be really crazy. Like, you can apply so much pressure. So the enemies have their own U-boat, 2 Shimas, 2 Gearings. The Azuma or Buffalo can spot me, as could their Schlieffen, or I don't remember if the person has Hydro. Yeah, I've had some really nice sub-games before. I usually try to keep track of them in a private Discord I've got. But I also, what I like too with some of them is just the amount of reports. Like this game on a sub was about 4,700 XP. It was 157, about 158k damage. I had Combat Scout. I had, what was it? 142k spotting damage there. So my spotting led to 142k damage to the other team. We have a bit of weather on this map, and there's a storm coming in from my left, so... Yeah, I was hearing, too, that there's some British submarines that they're going to be putting in, but that they're not that great. Yeah, and some of the maps look really amazing. Like, this game, for being, you know, a bit old, I still think looks really nice. And they do continue to update the graphics on it to continue making it look better.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Didn't give enough lead time on that. I'm gonna get some torps out early on the battleships in the back here. These German homing torpedoes can go a really far distance, and this battleship player may have just really messed up. I don't remember how long their DCP is, but hopefully it clears up soon. My torps are gonna miss because they DCP'd there. Rip. At least I got a hit on someone there, the Montana maybe? The Sherman just cleared. I have this dude charging right at me.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
I'm gonna have to hit this person. I'm gonna be detected though while I do it. There we go. Yeah, carriers can be extremely powerful if used correctly.
We're flooding quickly.
I should have held on to my DCP a little bit longer. I took a little bit of damage, but I was spotted, and honestly, I think that was worth it. Like, I just took out one of their battleships really early on, so... You can disable someone's rudder, but they can repair it. But there are some injuries you can inflict to a ship that will cause it to take, like, a permanent damage for the rest of that match. I'm gonna get up close to this Montana and do the same thing. Is he turning? I think he's lagging a little bit, but yeah, it looks like he's turning. I've got 5 hits into him. I'll take it. That's quite a bit of damage to him. And I forced him to use a repair.
Good show.
So the consumable that I just activated with you, which you can't see because my overlay is apparently over it, This overlay at the, or this ability I just used, the U, makes it so I don't use any of my oxygen while it's active. I need to change the overlay for when I'm doing more ships. Yeah, this is with a mod to make it so it's more visible underwater, though. Normally the visibility isn't this clear with submarines. I'm gonna get spotted again, but I think it's worth for my proximity to this specific target. Two of those torps I didn't get off close enough, or at the right angle.
Our team has taken the lead.
That one that I missed probably just screwed me out of getting that kill.
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Is he still taking flooding damage? No,
Problem
he
solved,
repaired.
sir.
I'm gonna go spot him for my team. They might be able to get the kill. Oh, that was a good drop on me. He just randomly put down a drop that hit me. That's gonna do a fair bit of damage.
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly. Problem solved, sir.
Rip. You got a lucky random drop on me there, though I didn't repair fast enough, so me missing those two torps before got me killed, basically. Axel, thank you for stopping by. But still, I think 1 kill, 124k damage with the sub. I think that was an okay game. Blow's still in battle, so that match is taking a while. But yeah, I've been grinding warships quite a bit over the last year. I need to turn this overlay off for now. I've gotten quite a few tier 10s done. Lots and lots of grinding for sure. But I'm going to head back over to Stowe and see if I can get my last daily done over there, and then we'll wrap things up for today. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I significantly impacted 3 of their battleships, so I feel like I had a decent contribution in there. Seven minutes. Terrible. Let's do a crystalline catastrophe for all the Stowe folks that are still here. Join up for crystalline catastrophe advanced. Yeah, yeah. The Dilex situation and the bot stuff. Who knows how long that's going to take. If anyone here is still around in STO right now, I'm doing a Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced public queue. If anyone wants in, there we go. There be the pop. Oh, and of course, now that I've started Stow back up, we gotta check. How's our favorite instance doing? 52. Wow, and that same account is still in there. Egla, how's it going, man? I know, absolutely shocking. Cryptic not taking action on a clear exploit. I'm very, very surprised. Yeah. Nah, I've messaged Kale, and I've messaged their report, and I think that the only thing that's going to get them to do anything is just public exposure. I mean, what this shows to me, thank you everyone for joining that. But what this shows to me, the fact that they haven't taken action yet, and the fact that so many of those accounts are still in there, is it tells me that they've known about this for a very long time, and have not, they decided to not take action on it. And I think that will be clear if they continue to just take no action. Like I would expect, I expected already there to be a patch or something where they disabled the TFO, but clearly they're not interested in doing that. They don't want to admit that that is the issue, and they don't want to have their metrics impacted that much. So, yeah. Am I ready to do my red alert yet? 1 minute. I'm going to swap over and do it on the Burjai. Yeah. Indeed. Nick, thank you for the 12 Australian there. Voyager, I'm sorry to hear you got kicked out there, but I'm glad you didn't get the penalty. That AFK penalty sucks. Yeah, the Burjai is really good. Okay. My daily ticks over in about 40 seconds, so I should be good to queue now. Do I have the Fekiri Vandy Shield on? Nope. I don't have any Vandy Shield on. It's just that this map is not good color-wise. Yeah. Hey, I can see the ship still. Reverberation? Yeah. I have not messed with the Amari trait yet, to be honest. I've had that pack now for a while, and I just never messed with the Amari. There are Muds packs that I want to get, and if there was a 75%, I'd definitely probably pick at least a couple of them up. But at the same time, for me, it's just, you know, that I'm starting to get to that point mentally where it's like, do I really want to be putting that much more money into the game? You know? And there be the daily. But yeah, like, I don't think the game's going anywhere anytime soon, but, you know, and Kale even said quite a few comments on the latest stream that were a bit alarming, but not surprising that, um, you know, basically just admitting that the game's not getting any more big updates. You know, the way content was last year, the way they release content is probably how they're going to continue releasing content moving forward. The pace wise, like, you know, we're getting to a point where you're gonna just have your main events throughout the year, the anniversary, summer, winter, and season wise new content. There's gonna be, you know, just a handful of releases throughout the year introducing just a small amount of missions. And, you know, content wise, they're not going to do any more battle zones. They straight up said so in the latest 10 forward. They basically want to spend their time focused on new episodes and TFOs that are connected to those episodes. I don't think the game is going to shut down anytime soon, but I would have to say it's both that um the game's not going to change. You know, I know a lot of people were really hopeful with Gearbox coming in that there would be some significant changes, but I think it's shown that the only change Gearbox has done is the new website. It's 13 years old, yeah. You know, realistically, their management is thinking they don't have to, like, the game clearly still has a player base. It still attracts new players. To them, they don't think that it needs to have more, like, end game content because they think that there's enough there for new players that come in, and they're probably right. But for us long-term players that want something to do, I just don't think they're ever going to address the game in a way that would be satisfactory for many of us. I don't think they're gonna put that type of investment into the game anymore. Which is why in just the last 6 months, the DPS scene has basically died. There's barely any record runs happening anymore. The PvP scene, it's probably a bit more active on PC right now, but that's because basically most of the PvPers from console are packing it up and heading over to PC. There's been loads of people from console that are PvPers coming in and been selling lots and lots of KDF equipment to them. Yeah. Yep. And new ships are basically going to be most of the content we get moving forward. If you can even call them content. I didn't expect Gearbox to really change things, and I think the last year has shown. And I think we'll see as this year pans out that not much is going to change. Most of the PvP, Jason, happens in Karat, which is a really old Battlezone map. It's PvPvE, so there are Borg on the map and other players. And the PvP community organizes arenas at various times throughout the week. If you joined the organized PvP channel in game, I think they still organize quite a bit. Check some messages here. Yeah. Yeah, well, sorry, so I think I'm going to wrap things up here. I've got my Stow dailies done, got my warship stuff basically done. I have some messages that I need to go respond to and all that, so I'm going to wrap things up here for today. I'll either have a video out tomorrow or Monday. I might even just record a quick one to let people know about that that mission that I did on stream here, just to make sure people go through and play it. But there's not much else Stow is to really talk about. Yeah. Last Exile, that's pretty much how I've been thinking the entire time. People were getting super hopeful, and I knew that like nothing was going to change, but some people really had their hopes up. Okay. Thank you all for stopping by today. And again, thank you to all members and viewers for the continued support. Yeah, Waldo, I think the anniversary giveaways will either start next week or the week after. Or actually, yeah, they should for sure start within the next week and a half. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys around.